Now, in ambition we put a simple model for a successful change management. First, management, responsible people need to well plan for change. We need to well plan for it. And we need to make sure that most people, if not all, were involved. Opinions were taken. People's opinions were taken in consideration. 2, we need to make sure that we communicate. See, we need to treat employees like family, and how or what we would do to make a wife or a husband, a child, follow what I'm saying or what I'm telling. What did you just say at the beginning of the session? Except for sending home. How would you apply change? This is the same thing that you have to apply at work. And what most people really understand, what's my cut in it? What do I get if I follow the new procedure? Sometimes what you get, well, you'll stay in the company. That's what you get. Simple. No, really. You need to make people aware what are the short and what are the long-term benefits they would get if they really abide or if they really follow the change. You need to make them understand. And this is where you need to practice all communication skills to make sure that the message was delivered. As we said, some people may not understand what you're saying. So this is where you have to talk their language. Their language doesn't mean Arabic, English. Their language means the way they understand things, the way they appreciate things. So you need to make sure that it's communicated and people really understand. It's like the husband or the wife at home. No, we'll change the other table because I know that this table wasn't, you didn't feel comfortable using, or the other table gonna be facing the TV, so you're gonna have a better view, or more comfortable, or so forth. You need to make sure that people understand what they will benefit out of the change. Involve, and this is a very important element. You need to make sure that people are involved. For a successful change, you need to make sure that people are involved. Nevertheless, it's not always people or personal input that affects the group. Yeah. Sometimes my personal opinion or a few people's opinion may be against the overall view or the overall benefit or advantages of the company. This is where you need to communicate, re-communicate, and make sure what they will get if they positively participate. And their involvement shall be before, during, and after the change. 4, for an effective change, you need to act fast. If you feel there is a resistance, do not let go. It's like a snowball. As much as you wait, as much as the problem gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like one of your children's behavior. If you really do not control from the beginning, it will get worse. It will not get any better because you are not controlling and you are not managing it. So this is where if you feel resistance, now I'm talking assuming that most of the people that I see are managers, seniors, supervisor, or will be soon. And you will be in charge of managing change. So this is where it's important for you to understand how you would be able to apply this. Then you have to make sure that you motivate people that are contributing positively. People are following change. You have to motivate. You have to reward. Not necessarily financially, but you can maybe send home an hour earlier. Maybe you can allow late attending to work, extra day off, or so forth. People that are positively participating with the SOPs that you have shall be rewarded. Though it's not a negative thing, these SOPs or whatever change that the management will decide on is not a negative thing, and to the overall benefit of the company. But you need to make sure that you reward whomever is positively participating. It's like, again, your family, your kid, your wife, husband, so forth. If they start doing what you told or asked, you have to reward. Otherwise, why? Why to do? Why to change or to get out of my comfort zone? What's my cut in it? Tools that we suggest that you use to improve or to catalyze change. You need to have a good leader, whether a leader for the group or the organizations overall. You need to have a good leader to catalyze change. 2, you need to make sure that the info is flowing across the organization. Meaning, you have to make sure that people are understanding and getting updates. By the way, we changed the working hours. It's like the decision that your management took already, as I told you. We changed the working hours from X to X. Some will like, some may not. But that spared us loss or time wasted of X hours and improved our productivity by X%. You need to make sure that people are getting the information so they would contribute later on. Feedback. You need to get feedback from people. You need to make sure that you're getting feedback from the departments, divisions, where the change is affecting periodically. And you need to set a time frame. You cannot say, I'll spread the SOPs, down the line we'll see what will happen. No. You need to set it as an objective and put a KPI for it and say by X date, by X month, we have to make sure that all procedures are applied, no procedures are being violated, all follow-up is being spreaded, and so forth. Tips for a successful change as well. You have to lead the change. Meaning, now when we ask some of you to be grouped and then we ask for a leader of each group and we give you the new working hours that you have from next Saturday or Sunday. Sunday, you need to make sure that you set an example. The leader is always the first to follow the change, not the last. You have to set a model. You have to be consistent and keep repeating whatever you decided to make sure that it's applied. Do not let go. Do not forgive or leave even if once not applied. You need to make sure you are consistent. Make sure that change is performed gradually. Do not shock people like one of the companies did when they applied the SOPs and the ISO and said from now on any non-conformity will cost the department 100 KD. Give time. Let it be applied gradually. And this is not one of the decisions that your management took, by the way. Never give up. Never give up. When you determine for a change, do not give up. and be consistent to the decision, if well planned. Do not panic when you face a resistance, because this is our natural human behavior. And I'm not going to panic, but I will deal with it. I will face it. You have to understand that there will be resistance. For a successful change, you have to make sure that people get the advantages and disadvantages and the comparison between the old and the new system. I'm sure when you applied the old system 2 years back, people were able to check and assess what are the benefits, how this is going to help us, how this is going to assist us perform better. Now in most cases, top management or managers really do not have time to explain the benefits and go one-to-one and spare all the time to make people aware of the benefits. What would we do then? How can we manage that? What do you think? Make a summary of the changes and how it would be done, how it will be communicated. You have various methods to communicate to people. If the manager is not available, record it, spread it, videotape it, spread it. Put it under the signature of the top management.